Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA.
Where we bring you high thoughts, hope, and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AFA way. And in case you have forgotten what that is, Mark, you got to remind them.
How could you forget? Well, because you're human and we get immersed in all of the bullshit. Here it is, AFA. You are absolutely fucking amazing, exactly as you are. No need to change, no need to be better. Just be you. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
hmm
I am the best version of me at any given moment in time. There you
Yes,
go.
Sherry. Welcome to Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. Oh, the days are just ripping off the calendar now. So here we are. We're
Cheers.
on it's Hugs and Nugs, Terpene
Hug.
Tuesday. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We have a good one.
we have a good one. All right. We might as well just get right into it. Let's
Let's,
talk about the daily love. So,
mm,
Sherry, today the daily love was about looking good. And about how we as
ooh,
human beings spend a lot of time trying to look good for other people. And
interesting.
when we try to look good, we lose our opportunity to actually be ourselves. We lose
Mm,
ourselves in the looking good, right? We're not being authentic. And so let me just read you a little bit. This is from the Landmark Insights, Book 3, Inventing New Futures. So here we go. When maintaining any kind of pretense, we lose our selfhood and it's hard to be at ease. Yet it's not as if we
mhm.
woke up one morning and intentionally said, gee, I think I'm going to be inauthentic today. That way of being and acting is the already, always condition of being human. We didn't invent it, we didn't make it up. It's just there. And it's against that gravitational force that we attempt to be authentic. So here we are. It's about having the courage to be yourself. And it does take courage,
Oh boy, does it ever.
right? I don't know. Do you remember times in your life, especially, like in adolescence, when you're in the group and you say something and everybody goes, what? And
Oh
you're like,
yeah, and
oh my
then
God, I'm never going to say anything like that again.
well, and then it makes it worse if you were awkward and
Mhm.
tall and lanky and made fun of, right? So you just think about that. So on top of it, self-esteem issues about looking good, being an ugly duckling at that point
Oh
in
my God. You
time.
saw some of my photos from early adolescence. It was awful. It
I
was
know.
awful. I was
I
fat,
know.
pudgy. I mean, it was just terrible.
I
Yeah.
had I had short frizzy hair. I was literally a human Q-tip.
Mhm,
Not
mhm.
kidding. It was really, really interesting. But yeah, so, being authentic, real,
Yeah,
raw, in
yeah.
your skin, my word is in, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it is so freeing because
Mhm.
when you can truly be who you are, fear goes away. It's like, what do you got on me? You got
When
nothing.
you Yeah. When you can authentically be you, and again, it takes courage, mastery in the art of living becomes possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's okay. And then just to also recognize when we talk about AFA being absolutely fucking amazing, it
Mhm.
is okay to be human. We have
Yes.
human moments.
That's the thing. I'm not,
Right?
when I say you're absolutely fucking amazing, I'm not saying that you don't have human moments because you are human.
Human.
There's no
Yeah.
way to escape it. Yeah, we say things, people react, things happen, we make meaning about it all. You know what? At
Yes.
the end of the day, what I'm saying is you're absolutely fucking amazing exactly as you are because of your humanity. But you got to step
Yes.
through it and have the courage to say,
Yes.
this is me.
This is
Yes, I
me.
make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes because
Yes. So
we're
here's
all just an interpretation anyway. So I've made a lot of mistakes that turned out to be pretty damn good things.
absolutely, there's
Right?
always a silver
Yeah.
lining. And it's okay, to be human. So I'm just gonna shoot out my word of the day because
Ready,
it just
go.
kind of ties in a little bit.
Yeah.
So when I was meditating this morning, you know how I'm doing. Today is brought to you by the letter, and it was I. And so I was like, I. So I just meditated on it. All these I words came up,
Yeah.
but the one that stuck was in. In. I am in life.
Mm.
I am in my peace. I am
Mhm.
in my body. I am in my humanity. I am
Yeah.
in healing. I am in life, right? So listen to that
Yeah.
inner voice of spirit and not the screaming, chattering, loud voice of ego.
Oh,
So, isn't that cool?
that is. And
Today's meditation.
it's like, I this is gonna be the title of my next book. It's called Peekaboo. This is how we go through life. We're like, "Peekaboo," you know, "I see my inner self." Back to being human. You get a glimpse.
Exactly.
You just get a glimpse, and then you go then you're back in the humanity, and you're back in this looking good. Yeah, inner.
Inner. And so this is funny too. So then, of course, I'm like, oh, cannabis words. What kind of cannabis words begin with I? And the first thing that came up was indica.
How can it not?
You know?
Of course.
And then a teaching moment came up,
Yeah.
isolate. So it was
Mm.
interesting. I was like, oh, isolate. Maybe people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of tap into that and then we'll get back into what your word is in healing tools.
Boom.
So
Let's do it.
cannabis I word of the day is isolate. So what is an isolate? An isolate is a single molecule, a refined and concentrated version of the desired cannabinoid. So
Mhm.
basically there's no other plant material. So
Right.
for example, I'll give you an example. CBD isolate is essentially 100% pure CBD and there
Mhm.
should be no part of the plant in there.
Right.
Same thing with THC isolate,
Mhm.
essentially 100% pure THC with no other part of the plant.
Right.
So isolate is very similar to a pharmaceutical. So it doesn't mean that isolates are bad. Doesn't mean
No,
that they're good.
no.
They're just used for different reasons.
But
And it,
but here's the thing, Sherry, they're not, it has been recorded that they're not as effective
mhm,
in use, whether it's a
whole
CBD
plant.
isolate or a THC isolate. I mean, there've been THC isolates around for a while in medicine, dronabinol, and they've tried other things, and they've compared it to whole plant, and it just doesn't compare. We
I
don't know
know
again, we don't know why, and there's a whole ton of research being done now
research.
about that entourage effect of all of the
Yes,
components of cannabis, right?
yes,
So,
yes.
but isolates do have a place in the world, don't they?
Yeah, so I'm just going to share a quick story and then we'll get back. I know we get, diverted, but sometimes these
Alright.
stories come up and it kind of intertwines. So here's a quick story. I've been taking care of a patient
Mhm.
who basically has a seizure disorder, has Rett syndrome, a very rare genetic disorder.
Right.
Anyways, the child is already on Epidiolex
Mhm.
and is taking 300 milligrams of Epidiolex twice a day.
Mhm.
And the results have improved, but over time, mom noticed the effectiveness isn't as good. So mom got a medical card and
Mhm.
had a consultation with us. And what we determined based on medications and what was going on, symptom management, all of the different things, we thought that adding other components of the plant. So I educated her on CBD, full spectrum, CBG,
Mhm.
THC, full
Mhm.
extract cannabis oil. So all of these other different plant components. And so now she's incorporating microdosing with those other full spectrum, low THC
Mhm.
types of whole plant medicine to complement
Mhm.
the CBD isolate that she's already getting from Epidiolex.
I'm
So I
glad
hope
you
that
mentioned
makes
that.
yeah
Yeah, I'm glad you
mentioned.
mentioned that because isolates, that's one of the things that they have found is that a CBD isolate many times over a period of time lose their effectiveness, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps a tolerance builds up in your system to it, but whatever the mechanism of action is, they decrease in effectiveness over time.
Well, and it kind of makes sense if you think about the
Mhm,
whole salad approach and you think about the whole umbrella concept
mhm,
is as we grow, evolve, heal, and change, our cannabinoid requirements can change over time. So it would be silly to think that we're going to have oatmeal every single day of our life for the rest of our lives, thinking that we're going to get all the nutrition that we need. So that's just a little analogy that I like to put out there.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a cool one. Okay, so let's get back to AFA. So what
Yeah.
is your tool of the day? I know your
First,
word.
I'm gonna tell you my word of the day, and that
Oh
is
yeah,
authentic. I'm going to authentically be me.
here you
You
go.
know what I found out? You know what I learned? I'm fucking awesome. I'm amazing. It's so awesome to be me. Oh my god. Nobody else has the opportunity to be me. Wow.
Can I tell you, it just makes me smile and giggle because it's really, really hard for people to come to that. And so I'm going to invite you all to go look in the mirror and
Yeah.
keep saying it until you can see a different expression on your face. I
Yes.
guarantee you,
Yes.
I
Yes.
am awesome. And just keep saying it and look from
All
eye
this
to eye,
Yes,
right?
all the stuff
Yeah.
that's in the way is nothing but bullshit. You can strip that away. You
Yep.
can get I mean, that's why we do all of these things that we do, right, Sherry? All of the healing modalities, all of the self-work, all of the inner dialogue, all of the meditation, all those tools we use to strip away that unreal bullshit that we accumulate over the course of life and get
Yeah.
back to the fact that, like, when you were born, when you were a little baby and you didn't have any of that shit, you're an amazing, happy individual.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a really good word, authentic. I am authentically me.
Be yourself, baby.
Be
Everything
yourself.
else is taken. You might as well be you.
Absolutely. Okay, so Mark, what about your
Yeah.
health tool of the day? What are you gonna
Oh,
healthy on?
listen, I'm on the
Your
other side of that horrible caffeine, weaning of caffeine, right? So I'm
Mhm.
feeling good. And really, I got a lot of energy. I have a lot of energy and
That's awesome.
yeah, so I'm feeling good. So today's about movement. Like I am
Mm.
move my body today. Yeah, I'm gonna get some time in, and I'm gonna really make sure that I get a good workout today. I'm excited and I'm ready.
I'm gonna follow suit. That's gonna be my tool of the day too, because every single day I've been waking up saying, "Here we go. I'm gonna get on the floor and stretch. I'm gonna get outside." And basically I get consumed with other things. So
So easy
I
to
know,
get
right?
sidetracked, right?
I know. Yes. So
Yeah, actually, you
movement.
know what? My wife and I decided on the ride down to Florida. We came from Massachusetts to Florida. We decided that we were going to go a week without Facebook and Instagram.
Ooh, there we
So I
go.
deleted the apps off my phone, so I don't
Oh
pick
my
my
God.
phone up. I know. Did you get a little fearful right then, Sherry? It's like,
Well,
Facebook.
here's the thing that's interesting is that I get great joy
Mhm.
out of sharing, these funny
Yeah,
memes and educational things and
it
all of
is
the stuff.
fun.
But
Yeah.
but here's the thing too. So that's awesome, but where I get into trouble is
Mhm.
when I start to scroll.
Yes.
Okay, and it was yeah, so when I start to scroll and I'm spending a lot of time where I could be spending my time better, like moving or meditating, so it's just
Yeah.
look at social media as a tool. And literally,
Mhm.
there is a lot there that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
However, you have the choice. So be in your body, be in your spirit.
Right.
Yeah, I
It's just
agree
like
with
it's
you.
just like I did with watching the news. I haven't picked up a newspaper or watched the news in years.
Oh, yeah. So can I tell you,
I'm
it's
not into it. Doesn't and you know what? My life has not degraded. I have not been out of the know. Like the
yep,
stuff that's in the media, I don't really need to know. If
yeah.
it affects me, it'll trickle down and I'll figure it out. But
Well,
um,
that's the important thing too,
amazing.
Mark, is you and I have both realized is that what's going on outside of us
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily need to change what's going on inside of us. I don't
Bingo.
have to show up in the world any different than what I am
Mhm.
because of what's going on out there. What's
Right.
going on out there,
Mhm.
I need to be aware of it, but I don't need to know it. I
Right.
need to know how I can be the best version of myself to not contribute
Yes.
to the problem, right?
Just meditate, send out some love. Whatever happens, happens, and we'll deal with it.
Yes.
Boom. All
Okay.
right.
Here we
Hug
are.
and a nug, babe. What do we got?
Hug and a nug. So Terpene Tuesday. So it was really,
Yes.
really interesting. I was looking through the different terpenes,
Yep.
and this is just a great story. I was speaking to a woman last night that I've been taking care of for 3 years, and I'll get into her story in a minute. She's a
Mhm.
cancer survivor. Really, really cool story. So I was like, what is a really good terpene that works on cancer? So I was like, let's talk about terpenes first. What is a terpene? Well, it's found in cannabis, hemp,
Yeah.
and other fruits and vegetables.
Mhm.
The purpose is to protect the plant from invaders. They provide the smell, the flavor, and they totally 100% contribute to the medicinal
Oils.
effect.
Terpenes are what are in essential oils like lavender.
Yep.
That smell of yeah.
All right. So today's terpene, Mark, is brought to you by chlorophyll.
Ooh, phytol.
Phytol. Really, really
Byproduct
cool.
of chlorophyll, which is an amazing thing that plants do. It really
Green.
helps us.
So where is it found, Mark? Where's Phytol found?
Okay, it's found in green tea,
Hmm.
seaweed, basil beef, also found in vitamin E, K, and oh my God,
Multivitamins.
multivitamins. It's a
MVI.
precursor of vitamin E and vitamin K, which of
Yeah.
course are very important vitamins. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Benefits. We'll
Oh
go we'll
boy.
go back and forth. So we'll go back and forth with this one
Okay.
because there's quite a few.
All
So
right.
antioxidant, it helps fight free radicals. It protects cells. So what is a free radical? A free radical, I like to call it, is a metabolic terrorist that promotes inflammation in our body. So
Yeah.
antioxidants help protect our cells from oxidative stress
Mhm.
and contributes to the next one.
Yeah, and we've known about antioxidants for a long time and about
Yeah.
oxidation and free radicals. So, yeah, this is really good. The next one, of course, anti-inflammatory, reduces inflammation and chronic inflammation has been known to be part of the aging process. And you know what? If we can hack that, we can change that, we're going to feel better. All
Absolutely.
right, what's the next one,
Absolutely.
Sherry?
The next one, so if you think about if you're reducing inflammation, well, what else can that do? Well, it can provide analgesia. An
Mhm.
analgesia or an analgesic effect is relieving pain,
Mm,
right? So antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, analgesic, and
mhm.
then we have,
Anticonvulsant, anti-seizure, decreases seizure activity, decreases that excitability in the brain.
yep,
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
And then we got to the last two. So
Yeah.
anti-anxiety. So, right,
Mm,
it can decrease anxiety, bring that calming feeling. It works in the same way as the brain as it works, for all other types of terpenes and cannabinoids. It provides that relaxing, sedating feeling to help bring
mhm.
anxiety down. And I'll do the last one because
Do it.
I'm gonna do a story and then we'll get in what it's used, the smell and the strains. Okay, so what I found very interesting when I was speaking to the woman that I spoke to last night, who I'll
Mhm.
just tell you the story really quickly. It's a cancer story. So Phytol has been known to be anti-cancer, and basically there was a 2015 study that it may be effective in the treatment of liver cancer and breast cancer. There's 4 ways that THC kills cancer cells, and I'll review that in a minute. So basically, I got a phone call from her. We were just talking about what was going on. She was still in remission, but the unfortunate part was that her husband was just diagnosed with cancer. So I was working with her to help him. So in the meantime, I want to talk about how phytocannabinoids and terpenes can
Mhm.
contribute to the entourage to help work with cancer and how it worked for this woman. Oh no. Oh my goodness. My
What?
computer's, can you see? Oh Jesus. My computer's
Oh,
blinking.
there you are.
Oh my goodness, that was really bizarre. Okay, so I'm still here.
Woo.
Okay, that was
You're still here, Sherry.
all right. I was like, "Ooh, spirit speaking." Everything
Roll
started
it
to blink.
on.
It started blinking in my house. So, anyways, get back to
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
So, I met this woman in the summer of 2018. I was called by hospice social work to go to her house. She had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She failed chemo. She failed
Mhm.
radiation, and she was sent home on hospice to die. She had her medical card. She had purchased all kinds of cannabis, and her family wanted us to teach them how to use it to improve quality of life. She
Mhm.
was really, really sedated from over consuming. So,
Yeah.
what ended up happening was, we worked with her. Her goal was to increase her quality of life. She was perfectly ready to move on to the next realm. So that was the care plan that we developed. And so she was just doing full spectrum CBD in the daytime and doing a little bit of that full extract cannabis oil. So a lot of times that FICO or the Rick Simpson oil
Mhm.
has that phytol in it. So this is why I'm bringing up the terpene.
Yeah.
So phytol in the FICO can contribute to the THC and CBD benefit of being an anti-angiogenic and pro-apoptosis,
Mhm.
right? So basically what happens,
Apoptosis. Kill
so
those
everyone
cells.
kill those cells. So it's just an interesting story because there's a
Mhm.
lot of cancer types of protocols that are out there. And this is just a story to let you know that this woman's response to cannabinoids and what happened to her was low dose. So she was only taking 25 milligrams of THC at bedtime
Mhm.
and doing about 50 to 75 milligrams of CBD in the daytime.
Right.
So basically what happened is she got comfortable. I worked with her for a week and that was the end of it. And I thought that she had died. 6 months later, I get a call right before Christmas. Sherry, it's gone. I go, what's gone? I go, who is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, you're still alive. And it was her. And
Yeah.
basically the tumor has completely gone away. No evidence of disease. And so looking
We
at
hear
all
these
of
stories
this,
all the time.
exactly, exactly. So
We can't, you
basically,
know what? We can't say that it cures cancer because
mm-mm.
we just don't know the mechanism of action at this point. We can see it in a petri dish, but we don't know how it's working in the human body.
Yeah.
But we
So
know that we see evidence that it does.
we see evidence, and here's the four ways that we have seen how
Mhm.
cannabinoids affect cancer cells.
Yeah.
So it's that pro-apoptosis. So
Right.
basically, cannabinoids, including the
Mhm.
phytol, the THC, the combination of the CBD, the THC in particular enters into the cancer cell and disrupts the mitochondria
Mhm.
or the energy center of the cell, which
Right.
induces cell death
Right.
while
And it's
leaving the
normal for
rest.
cells to die, right? They
Yep.
live, they die, they're replaced, and when cancer occurs, the problem is that apoptosis is somehow turned off, and those cancer cells don't die, and they continue to replicate, right?
Yes, yes,
I mean, it's
absolutely.
much more in depth than that. I mean, it's just so
Yeah, there's
complex.
a lot to it. There's a lot
Yeah.
to it. But this is just like information of how we have seen
Mhm.
and like in studies and in about the different effects. So pro-apoptosis,
Yep.
anti-angiogenic,
Right.
stops creating blood
Yep.
vessels to
No blood
branch out.
vessels, no growth.
Yes, anti-angiogenic, anti-metastatic, prevents it
Right.
from going to other areas.
Other
And where's the
areas,
other one?
right?
There's another one I forgot. Apoptosis,
Mhm.
anti-angiogenic, anti-metastatic, and
Mhm.
there's one other one, and I'm drawing a blank. Oh goodness. Oh,
Yeah,
oh
I'm
my,
with you.
drawn a blank. So I have a little brain fog this morning, but I'll make sure I put
Yep,
it in there because
yep.
there's four different ways that
Mhm.
cannabinoids can work with cancer.
Right.
And so interesting thing with this terpene is phytol is often found in the full extract cannabis oil because the plant has had chlorophyll in it.
Mhm.
And it basically it contributes to the THC and CBD effect of being anti-angiogenic and
Right,
pro-apoptosis. So I think
right.
that's really, really powerful story. And the other part of the story that's very powerful is that it didn't take a lot of cannabinoids to help this woman
Mhm,
fight cancer.
mhm.
So that's just my little hug and nug of information and just an example of how this plant can work so differently for so many different people.
Beautiful,
Thanks, Mark. I know it was a long story, but I felt it being
beautiful.
important.
Oh my gosh, long story. That was a great story.
All
I
right.
hear that all the
So
time. My mom died of pancreatic cancer, and she was so anti-cannabis. This could have
I
helped
didn't
her.
know that.
This
Oh,
could have helped
Mark.
her. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I didn't know it was. Oh, I'm so I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know it
She
was.
was just so anti because she was so brainwashed over all that course of time
Oh
that
my gosh.
she would not even consider anything to do with cannabis. And so,
Oh,
yeah, so that wasn't available to her because of, I get a little bit angry about it because our government and just the whole history of cannabis prohibition and it not being used as a medicine. Had that not ever happened in 1937, we
mm,
would have been far down the road in cannabinoid medicine. It would have been researched all those 80 years. And hey, it didn't. Water under the bridge. We got to move along. But yeah,
oh, Mark.
mom could possibly still be here making me my favorite meals. Darn it. Darn it.
I'm so sorry. And I truly.
She's still here.
Hey,
She's
you know
still
what?
all here.
She could
Yeah,
have been blinking in my house today, telling me
absolutely.
this could have
Yeah,
been her encouraging me to tell that story. There you go. You never
sure.
know.
Yeah, we can say that for sure.
We can
Yeah.
say that. Oh goodness. All right,
All
back
right,
to
great.
phytol. We're gonna end the show with a little bit more about phytol.
Yeah. Mhm. So it synthesizes vitamin E and K. It's a
Yeah,
yellow pigment used in food dyes. That's cool.
yeah,
It's
it is
used in
cool.
fragrances, cosmetics, shampoos, household cleaners, and detergent.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Phytol. The
Mhm.
breakdown of chlorophyll into a terpene. What a
Yeah.
miraculous thing, right?
Right.
So it smells a little grassy, but what the literature says is it's not as aromatic as some of the other terpenes. I mean, it's not as pungent,
Right. Right.
but it's still a little grassy.
So what strains, what varieties of cannabis
So the
contain a higher amount of phytol, Sherry?
Yeah, so the big ones that came up in the literature review was sour diesel,
Mhm.
cheese, and Jack Herer.
Uh-huh.
Um, it was very, very interesting. So,
Mhm.
but the other thing too, I always like to mention is a lot of times when people are making that full extract cannabis oil, they
Yep.
use a variety of strains, a variety of indica strains. Sometimes they use hybrids, and to really
Mhm.
pull out the majority, as much plant material as possible, for this very strong full extract cannabis oil that does so many wonderful things for patients.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Wrapping
right.
it up.
We're wrapping it up. Okay, breath
Wrapping up
work.
Terpene Tuesday and a hug and a nug.
Hug and a nug. Let's smell. Let's think about inhalation, breath work. January 25th. What's coming up, Mark?
Some of you guys have signed up. You're in for a treat. Listen, we have a breath work course facilitated by an amazing breath work teacher who 25 years of experience, been around the world teaching many, many, many people about the magic, the transformative powers of breath work. So you will learn specific breath work techniques and practices that you can use for the rest of your life that will have a transformational, profound change in you for the positive. It's amazing. So go to www.thegreennurse.com/breathwork and sign up today. We're getting so close. We're
Yeah.
capping it off at 30. So get in now.
Get in now. And then we're also offering as a bonus, the Green
Mhm.
Nurses, we're going to be offering a free webinar and demonstration and experiential learning with
Mhm.
energy healing. So that will be happening in February.
Mhm.
So stay tuned for that. And if you or someone you love is suffering from chronic illness, chronic pain, debilitating disease,
Mhm.
if you or someone you love is interested in learning about how to incorporate cannabis into your daily life for wellness,
Yeah.
or if you're interested in learning about how to have a safe adult use experience, we
Mhm.
are happy to help. We are happy to teach. We are here for you. So
That's
go to
why.
www.thegreennurse.com.
Yes. And if you're a healthcare practitioner in any modality, join us. Add cannabis to the regimen. Help the world be healthy using cannabis, using CBD, THC, whatever it is that's legal in your state, whatever it is that you want to incorporate in your practice. We can help you. We can educate you. We can help you get there. So join us. Join the Green Nurse community. So Sherry, I'm going to have an AFA day. I don't know about you. The rest of you, of course, you are. You're going to be authentic and you're going to have an amazing day. Absolutely. But what's it all about, Sherry?
Oh, it is truly, truly about living your best life.
All right, folks. See you tomorrow.